Hello, welcome back to another video. It's crazy. Um, and here it is, the completed build. Took me a little longer than I thought, only because of the radiator and the cable management is just, I completely underestimated the amount of work it would take to try to make the cables look somewhat decent, especially in the back of the case, which I gave up on completely, I'm gonna be honest. Because, it's covered and I'm not submitting this somewhere for an award, so I completely gave up on that. But the inside, oh man, can I say I tried my best? I would say I connected everything, tidied it up, and then just said, that's fine. So I wouldn't say I tried my best, because that's not true. It would have took me way longer to finish the cabling if I just didn't just give up. So yeah, but it's fine. I mean, with the lights on and the glass and then the dark coloring of the build itself, the black with the black cables, they don't stick out. If this was a white build, that'd be a different story. But because it's black, I don't think it sticks out that much. The cabling isn't horrible, but looks kind of janky. But anyway, before I start talking about this though, I want to take time to thank the kind individuals from the last video who commented some very kind words about my channel. I really do appreciate that. Thank you very much. Also, thank you for reminding me how long it's been since I've been posting videos on YouTube. I haven't really thought about it, really. I haven't been posting consecutive videos over and over and consistently. So, the years kind of just go by. I post every now and then because, again, this is, obviously a hobby. So, but man, it's been a long time since YouTube's been a thing. And I believe one of the people who posted when it first started, I think. I want that's a stretch, but I definitely remember posting some videos pretty early on the platform's lifespan. And back then, man, it was just different. I mean, everything was different, but you post it for I still post for fun, so I don't want to say that, but the culture, I think, of people just posting, wild videos for fun, is completely gone. I still think people post out of the love for it, but, a lot of those channels are just completely tied up in financial, gain and obligations and stuff like that. But, yeah, man, it's good times. But I'm still here, still posting, and I'll keep posting as long as there's a YouTube, I guess. But enough of that rant. Let's get to the computer. I can't remember if I updated this or not, but I think before, let me open this. I think before, in the other video, I can't remember. I think I ended it with the radiator being here, and that's where I wanted it. But unfortunately, this would not reach with the radiator here. It was just too short. These cables right here going to the CPU, so I had to abandon that and just post it up here, which mounted up here which is where I would think they wanted you to do it anyway, to be honest. I think the case was really pointing you in that direction. Maybe here too, but if it didn't reach here, it's definitely not gonna reach here. So I don't know, but it looks fine right there. I just really wanted the fans here, the look, and then I was gonna buy, which I bought these two day before yesterday. I was gonna put these on the top, but yeah, it still has the same effect. Still looks pretty good in my opinion. Like I was saying with this cable management, this is just, I don't know what to do with this. These 3 dongle squid thing people are calling it. I don't, it's no managing this. You just gotta let it go. I put a little Velcro strap around it to try to tame it a little bit, but it is what it is with that. I think I might invest in some cable mods, maybe, to clean up this stuff, and then, you know, down there, it doesn't look horrible, but it does look a little untamed. Everything else though is relatively clean, I want to say, especially since with the full size case, like I was saying before, you can put the power supply in the back and then hide everything. As with a lot of the mid towers I've been buying through the years, the power supply would normally sit here, and then you would have the cables coming out, and then you could see, you know, where the cables are coming from going up into the computer. And that's super hard to manage for me anyway, someone who's not like a, you know, cable managing guru. But that, man, is like cheat code for cable management. If you can just hide the power supply away and then the cables are just coming from the back, it makes it easier to make it look somewhat neat. As far as the computer, the last couple weeks, it's been running pretty good. I don't have any complaints. The radiator's fine. I think if you look at what people say your temp should be online compared to real life, obviously it's always going to be different. You know, you might be colder, you might be warmer. I think I'm a little on the warmer side of that, only by like maybe 3 or 4 degrees, but that could 100% be because of my room. My room just is warm, period. Regardless, I have to run the AC, you know, for hours and hours and hours for it to actually start to cool off. But if the room is actually cool, which is not really ever that cold, the temps are pretty normal. But on the average scale, they're a little above average. And it is what it is. It doesn't affect anything really, but just something to keep in mind if you think about getting something like this and you live upstairs like I do, and the heat just rises directly into your room. You'll notice that your temps are a couple degrees above what they were. It worried me for a while. Then I started looking it up, and I was like, you know what? Some other people had the same thing. Like their rooms were always warm or hot or whatever. And, you know, they got warmer temps, so they were concerned, thinking they installed something wrong, which is what I was concerned because I never installed one of these before. It's not hard, but just knowing how tight to get those screws, and, you know, it can, you know, make you second guess yourself, which it made me do. But I think it's fine. The card, you know, it does get warm. You look at the temp on the temperature on the screen, and it won't say something insane like, whoa, this is bad. But, you know, when you put your hand to the glass, it's warm. It's a huge card, but the fans do a good job of keeping it cool, because that back plate gets pretty toasty. So that in itself raises the temperature in the case. I think this is the biggest thing that raises the temperatures too, you know, on top of my room, it's just being warm. But this does raise the temperatures in the case, which is a good thing I got these, because I was thinking about putting them on the bottom and blow air into the case, but, you know, I felt like these would, one, it just looks better, right? But exhausting air is as important as, you know, getting it in the intake, which these 2 big fans right here do a pretty good job of blowing air in. You can really feel them going. So I might get 2 more of these 140 and put them on the bottom, because I don't have any hard drives down there, and there's nothing on the bottom other than the hard drive trays. So I might do that. Not 100% sure yet. Speaking of hard drives, and then let's talk about, and some fans for the top too, because the top looks a little bare right now. It just needs some love. I'm not sure what to do. I know you can do like push pulls on a radiator, but I don't know. We'll see. Oh yeah, back to hard drives. Man, you know, when you build a computer and you really start to feel the inspiration of, doing stuff, gaming, whatever the case is, you really notice the storage dwindle insanely quick. Because when I first got this, I played myself. I was like, man, I'll get which is right here. I'll get right there. I'll get a 500 gig SSD and just run with it and be done with it. But that filled up so fast, and then I ordered a terabyte SSD, M.2, sorry, same thing, and that's almost halfway full. So I'm gonna have to get some SSDs and mount them in the back somewhere, probably like 2-3 terabytes, just so I can be confident that I'm not gonna run through all my storage, because you do feel inspired to just download stuff that you normally wouldn't do, and be it productivity wise or games that you normally wouldn't try to give a shot because you felt like you either couldn't run it or whatever. So this computer itself has really inspired me to just do more things on the computer. And man, you really need storage when you start doing that kind of stuff. Anyone out there, just a heads up, just invest in that storage, man. The RAM is, you would think like 32 gigs overkill, no gamer needs that, but man, you'd be surprised, how that stuff does come in handy with certain games, especially me playing at 4K, and then games that render a lot of stuff like Minecraft and all that. The RAM really does come in handy for me anyway. I've noticed it from someone who's usually always had 8 gigs for the most part, because that's what you need. You're a gamer, you only need 8 gigs, the budget gamer in me, right? And 8 gigs, man, just from stuff running in the background, for what a lot of people do, that'll eat through 8 gigs, just background stuff, you know what I mean? But yeah, just something to think about. Anything else, man? Updating. Oh yeah, this is the biggest thing about this build that I did not take into consideration. I think I talked about it a little bit on my last video, but I think it's a street sweeper outside. Yep, that's the downside of living in a city. Traffic, street sweepers, noise, police cars. But what are you gonna do? Yes, these fans, so the reason they're on Rainbow Gook right now, because I can't communicate any of this stuff really. Like, you have to download an app. I'm pretty sure y'all heard this before from plenty of other YouTubers, but I just didn't really, it just left my mind when I bought all this stuff, because nothing communicates. So obviously Corsair, the RAM, those speak fine in the app. You can get the RAM and the radiator fans to do all the cool lighting stuff, and they're fine. The case fans, I don't have enough USB ports to hook in the case fans to try to get them to communicate with everything else, so these are just stuck on this. Same thing with these. I don't have enough USB ports with these. These are Corsair fans, by the way. I don't have enough USB ports, so these are stuck on this, just color changing. I can't do anything about it. The graphics card can't be controlled by the Corsair IQ, I think it's called, app. So I had to download the MSI app and hook that up so I can have it doing some stuff. The board, which only has that little strip over there, the Asus Aurora, whatever, and then this graphics card mount stand brace is controlled through the Asus app. So everything has its own app that can't communicate with each other. And I just got them doing doing their own things. The case fans, these fans, I put these on rainbow stuff just for the video. Normally I have it doing some other crazy stuff, but it's just for a little bit of uniformity. I put this stuff, and except for this, I didn't change this. This is on like a lightning. Every now and then it flashes. I thought it was pretty cool. It's a little distracting when you're playing a game, I'm not gonna lie, but I've never had this much RGB in a case before, so it's actually pretty fun. For now, maybe I'll get tired of it and turn it off or whatever, but right now, you know, I'm having fun with it, and it's pretty cool. You know, people see it and they're just like, wow, that's the craziest case I've, you know, ever. People see it in real life and they're just like, yeah, that's cool. You know, you only see shit like that on YouTube, you know, exactly why I'm posting it. Because I kind of wanted something extra, because of, like I said, I've always been a budget person, just buying stuff on a budget, and this was a little bit outside of a budget. All in all, this is a very reasonable case. Let me just make that clear. This is not I didn't spend like crazy amount of money on this, you know, compared to what you see on a lot of big channels, people blowing $5,000 on stuff. You know, this is nowhere near that. But it's definitely out of my comfort zone and my budget personally. So yeah, I think that's about it. I'll still make videos when I update stuff, if I get the fans, if I update those hard drives, just to keep it rolling. You know, after those kind words in the last video, it kind of inspired me to be more consistent with the videos I post. And I just want to thank you guys for taking the time to watching this, and hopefully you learned something small out of it. And have a good one.